Alex Palmerlee of Oroville likes to explain his conservation ethic by recalling the words of his grandfather. "There is nothing the land needs more," he said, "than the footsteps of the owner." These words, taught to him by his father, represent how his entire family approaches Farview Ranch. To best understand how to care for the land, spend time on it and get to know it well. His association with the Center for Land-Based Learning and Audubon's Landowner Stewardship Program instilled in Palmerlee a passion for and knowledge of ecological restoration, which he would apply to Farview. He worked with the Natural Resources Conservation Service to form a conservation plan for Farview, focusing on the native trees, grasses, and riparian areas adversely affected by previous ranch operations. NRCS provided the family with technical help and cost-sharing assistance through its Environmental Quality Incentives Program. To improve the health of grasses, grazing areas were organized into discrete units, and rotational grazing was implemented. This strategy was first implemented in the 1990s when Palmerlee's cousin erected fencing with cost-share assistance from the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Palmerlee expanded on those existing paddocks to bring more land into rotational grazing. NRCS financial assistance enabled him to install more than 8,000 additional feet of fence. To help with installation costs, he enrolled his ranch in the Center for Land-Based Learning's Student and Landowner Education and Watershed Program. The program teaches high school students about habitat restoration through classroom learning and hands-on fieldwork. The Palmerlee Ranch offered a perfect project site for Las Plumas High School students to install the fencing. After the existing vegetation was protected by fencing, Palmerlee took steps to increase the density of native grasses and trees throughout the ranch. He collected seeds in the spring and fall and cultivated them in a specially designed plant propagation center. Youth volunteers helped with conservation plantings in strategic locations. Creek banks received special focus and were heavily populated with plantings to halt erosion and stabilize waterways. Altogether, approximately 20,000 grasses and 3,000 trees were planted at the ranch. The youngsters also helped install a new drip irrigation system purchased with matching EQIP funds. The area's wildlife benefited immensely from this extensive restoration project. The new grazing regime permits undisturbed areas of the ranch to grow substantial cover to the benefit of ground nesting birds. It also promotes oak recruitment, benefiting migratory birds and mammals, as well as other oak woodland species. Newly established wetland and riparian areas also form welcoming habitat for migratory birds, raptors, owls, turkeys, and black-tailed deer. The successful renovation of Farview Ranch came about through partnership and a sharing of knowledge, labor, and expense with several organizations. Pleased with the results, Alex Palmerlee put Farview Ranch back into his father's hands and ventured off in search of other ecological restoration opportunities. In recognition of outstanding achievements in cooperative conservation, Alex Palmerlee is honored with an Outstanding Achievement Award for 2007.